Hey, wanna go to the carnival?
But I thought they shut down the carnival.
Nope. The Grand Carnival is always open.
Really? What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm James.
And I'm Bianca.
We're a husband and wife board gaming duo called the Tricktakers. We're here to play our hand at board game reviews and how-tos.
Come one, come all. The Grand Carnival is in town and we're here to tell you all about it.
The Grand Carnival is a 1 to 4 player polyomino tile laying game. It was designed by Rob Kramer and published by Uproarious Games.
In this game, you are attempting to create the most impressive carnival by building attractions, moving guests, and placing tickets on rides.
Here's how it works. First, each player starts by choosing a player board and tokens. The rail yard mat is placed in the center of the table. Shuffle the foundation tiles and place them in 2 face-down piles on the number 1 spaces. Reveal 1 tile face-up on spots 2 through 5. This will act as a shared market for all players. Then, set out a given number of attraction tiles according to the number of players.
Each turn, a player selects an available number on their player board and takes one of 3 possible actions. They can decide to place a foundation, build an attraction, or move a guest. The number chosen on the player board determines how that action plays out.
To build a foundation, select a tile from the rail yard that is in a spot equal to or less than the action number you selected. Then, it is placed in any open space on your player board. These tiles will form green paths for your guests to walk on and construction sites for building attractions.
To build an attraction, choose a Tetris-shaped attraction tile marked with a value up to the action number you selected on your player board. Then, place it on a corresponding construction site.
To move a guest, you must move a single guest token up to the amount of spaces that matches your action number. If a guest ends their movement next to any attractions, place a ticket on any empty space of that attraction.
The Grand Carnival takes place over the course of 7 rounds, or 7 days as shown in the rail yard. A round ends once each player has used all 5 actions on their player boards.
At the end of the game, the player who scores the most points wins. There are several ways to score points in this game, including sets of attractions, number of tickets on rides, and guests in the big top, but more on that later.
Now that you have a general idea of how the game is played, let's get into the pros and cons. One of my favorite things about the Grand Carnival is that no matter how many times you play, your carnival will never look the same. That's because there's a good variety of attraction tiles that you can switch up every time you play.
The Grand Carnival also has good pacing. It plays in about 45 to 60 minutes, but turns are quick and gameplay never feels stagnant. I think the 7 rounds are perfect for this game. It finishes just as players are putting the final touches on their carnival and visiting their last attractions.
It has such a strong theme, fun artwork, and solid components. The theme is consistent through and through, from the box cover to the meeples. The artwork is thoughtfully implemented and reminiscent of animations from the 1930s. The artist, Brian Goldsberry, really did a nice job creating a sense of whimsy and cartoonish nostalgia.
Let's talk about strategy for a minute. The strategy in this game is very on point and provides for a really dynamic gaming experience. This game forces you to think about your carnival in a very holistic way. Players have to build construction sites in order to fit certain attraction pieces, but they also have to consider how the walkways will be used in order to visit the attractions and generate tickets.
That's right. There are carnival barkers too, that are added as staff whenever both park entry spaces are cleared on a player's board. And it's important to place these on spots that won't block your guests from moving throughout the carnival. Plus, let's not forget the trick of the trade cards. These add extra goals during the game, giving players the chance to earn special bonuses.
Once one player has accomplished the trick of the trade goal, the other players have to achieve that goal by the end of their very next turn or lose access to the bonus for the rest of the game. I really like this mechanic. Giving the other players one last chance to benefit from this card adds an element of balance that I think works really well.
As for the cons, I do see some room for improvement. For instance, as much as I enjoy the trick of the trade bonuses, some of them are just less useful than others. I mean, I'd rather build attractions and move guests than actively work towards a trick of the trade that doesn't have a strong bonus.
That's true. Keeping track of turns and rounds can also be a bit tricky. One little slip up, like forgetting to move the round marker, or someone placing her player tokens prematurely, can lead to some confusion.
Anyway, As much as I love the components in this game, I do wish the box was more organized. The game did come with a few tiny bags for some of the smaller pieces, but there simply weren't enough, so I had to add my own. It would also be nice if there was an insert to organize all the tiles.
Lastly, I have to address the scoring. Some of the factors that go into calculating the points are just overcomplicated. Points are scored based on sets of at least 3 of an attraction size, but why not give points for having 1 or 2 attractions of a given size? You get 12 points if you have at least 15 tickets on your attractions, but why not just make it 1 point per ticket? This would challenge players to have guests visit rides as much as possible. However, it is a good thing the scoring guide is printed on each player's board because you'll definitely be referencing it as you finish the game.
Overall, we really love the Grand Carnival. It's the first polyomino tile laying game I've played, and it's really piqued my curiosity for others like it.
Yeah, I agree. Now, it is a puzzly game that is a bit on the quiet side, so I wouldn't recommend it for parties. However, it is a solid medium complexity game. It's really easy to get into. The rulebook isn't super robust, and it breaks down the rules in a way that is easy to understand. So it's a great game for small gatherings with friends.
Even the solo mode is super fun. I've tried it a few times, and I've enjoyed it just as much as playing with 2 players.
We haven't had the opportunity to play with more than just the 2 of us, but the game seems like it would scale well for up to 4 players. Just add more attraction tiles and carnival barkers as noted in the rulebook.
The Grand Carnival is for anyone looking to play a thinky tile laying game with a playful theme. If you like solving puzzles, playing Tetris, and games with a whimsical art style, then you'll love this one.
Thank you for tuning in for this review of the Grand Carnival. What are some of your favorite tile laying games? Let us know in the comments below.
If you enjoyed this review, be sure to give us a like. We post new videos every other Thursday, so subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when our next video drops.
We'll see you next time.
Tricktakers out. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
I can't believe you hit the bell on the high striker. I mean, I didn't think you'd be able to lift the mallet.
Ah, it was nothing.